killed by her husband, who then took his own life. It all happened in Brookwood Hospital less than 24 hours ago. A Jefferson County coroner's report says Precious Johnson was shot multiple times. Authorities say she was a patient in the hospital. Family members say the 24-year-old had just had a baby with her husband, 19-year-old Kenneth Terry Jr. According to the coroner, Terry died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Homewood police think the hospital shooting was a domestic-related murder-suicide. WVTM 13's Lisa Crane joins us live and local from Brookwood Hospital. Lisa, you spoke with family members in the Alabama Hospital Association today. What have you learned?
Well, I did speak with Kenneth Terry's mother today. As you can imagine, she is devastated. She did not want to speak on camera, but she told me she just can't understand what happened. She said this young couple was having some marital problems, and Precious Johnson did not want Terry's family at the hospital when she delivered the baby, but she still can't comprehend that her son could be violent. 19-year-old Kenneth Terry had a lot going on in his life. His mother tells me he had finished Army National Guard boot camp, had married 24-year-old Precious Johnson, and they were expecting a baby. But Sunday night, after Johnson delivered her baby, authorities say Terry shot her several times and then turned the gun on himself.
I think it's a sad, but this was an isolated incident. And I will say, in my 30 years of working at the Hospital Association and representing our hospitals in the state, this is the first time something has occurred like this.
Because of this tragic incident, Howard says we could see changes to security protocol at hospitals like Baptist Health Brookwood. I wanted to get an idea of the security there. Less than a day after the shootings, I walked through the labor and delivery unit unchecked.
Hospitals always do after-action reports and look at what are the lessons learned, what worked well, what might need to be refined.
What it do, gang? It's your boy Messiah. This one, I promise you guys, you will not believe it. This one takes us to Alabama, to where a 24-year-old mother, she actually was shot and killed by her 19-year-old husband right after giving birth to their child. Listen, this happened Sunday night at Baptist Health Brookwood Hospital. Listen, gang, she actually just gave birth to their child. He decided to shoot her and then shoot himself. Listen, this is sad and horrific all at the same time. My heart goes out to the family, to the friends, everybody that's been affected by this. But listen, gang, I want you guys to listen to the details. This is sad. Watch this. Let's go.
Well, I did speak with Kenneth Terry's mother today. As you can imagine, she is devastated. She did not want to speak on camera, but she told me she just can't understand what happened. She said this young couple was having some marital problems, and Precious Johnson did not want Terry's family at the hospital when she delivered the baby, but she still can't comprehend that her son could be violent.
This is 19-year-old Kenneth Terry Jr. He's the 19-year-old father who actually shot 24-year-old Precious Johnson. She's the mother.
Sunday night after Johnson delivered her baby, authorities say Terry shot her several times and then turned the gun on himself.
I think it's a sad, but this was an isolated incident. And I will say, in my 30 years of working at the Hospital Association and representing our hospitals in the state, this is the first time something has occurred like this.
Because of this tragic incident, Howard says we could see changes to security protocol at hospitals like Baptist Health Brookwood. I wanted to get an idea of the security there. Less than a day after the shootings, I walked through the labor and delivery unit unchecked.
Hospitals always do after-action reports and look at what are the lessons learned, what worked well, what might need to be refined. And in doing that, it's not uncommon for the Hospital Association to pull together all of our hospitals to share information and best practices and what worked and what didn't work and what might need to be revisited.
Now, I reached out to leaders here at the hospital. They did not want to speak on camera or address.
Listen, gang, I want to send my loyal prayers and condolences to the family, to the friends, everybody that's been affected by this. Please hit that like button, comment down below, save the video, share the video. Till next time, everybody, please check on your loved ones. Let's go.
Sending your wife off to glory after she just gave birth to y'all's first child is absolutely diabolical. That is something that I never expected to ever have to say. But on Sunday in Homewood, Alabama, 24-year-old Precious and her 19-year-old husband Kenneth welcomed their first child at Baptist Health Brookwood Hospital around 9:30 p.m. She had given birth to their first child, and for some reason she did not want his side of the family at the hospital. So after she actually gave birth, he unfortunately took her life and then took his own life. Now, they have not confirmed if the baby was in the room with them, but the baby was unharmed. And his mom did come forward and state that they did have some marital issues prior to the actual due date of the baby, but she never predicted in any way, shape, or form that her son would have violence in him. Now, before they actually got married, he did complete his Army National Guard training, and then they did go ahead and get married, and they were welcoming their first child together. Now, what happened in the midst of all of that is very unsure at this time. They are still trying to figure out, the pieces of this situation, as two separate families that became one are having to deal with the loss of both of their lives. They are now trying to figure out what the best path is, because this newborn child that welcomed into this world is the same day as their parents left this world. So that is definitely a difficult place for both sides of the family to be, and trying to navigate that is definitely a tough road ahead for both sides. So my heart goes out to both sides as they are trying to figure out life going forward and try to get some understanding as to how and why this actually happened and how to move forward.
Precious Johnson had just given birth to her baby when her husband shot her multiple times in the hospital and turned the gun on himself.
Are devastated after a new mother was shot and killed by her husband, who then took his own life.
Authorities say 24-year-old Precious Johnson had just given birth at the Women's Center inside Brookwood Hospital. But what should have been one of the happiest moments of her life turned into a nightmare. Investigators say her husband, 19-year-old Kenneth William Terry Jr., pulled out a gun and shot Precious multiple times inside the hospital, right after she had their baby. Police say after killing her, he turned the gun on himself. Some reports claim an argument started after the baby was born because the baby appeared light-skinned, and Precious allegedly told him that the baby wasn't his. Now a newborn child is entering the world without a mother or a father. A life that was just beginning, already surrounded by tragedy.
On March 1st in Alabama, at the Women's Center of Brookwood Hospital, some people call it like a Baptist Brookwood Hospital, 24-year-old Precious had just given birth to her baby Alaia, Alaia, at around 9:30 p.m. Police responded to that hospital where 24-year-old Precious was shot multiple times by her 19-year-old husband, Kenneth Terry Jr. Okay, they do not know how Terry was able to bring in guns into that hospital. Okay, it's just crazy because she just had given birth to her child when he shot her multiple times. Okay, and the disturbing thing was that she did not want any of his family in the room while she was giving birth. I find that odd because usually the husband's mom, at least the mom, is there in the room to see her grandchild get born. You know, I find that weird. So, leading up to this incident, they had trouble in their marriage. And he married her after basic training of becoming a National Guardsman. That's when he married her. And as I was doing my research on TikTok and then going back reading, I read like 10 articles. I I could not find anything of what these people are talking about. Maybe they got a different source than I did. I don't know. But in the TikToks, they're saying that he killed Precious because the baby was light skinned. I don't I don't know how true that is, but from my experience of giving birth to babies, my husband is also a black man, and all 6 of my children came out light skinned. I When I gave birth to my first one, I thought something was wrong with her. I was like, "Oh, why is she white?" You know, where's her color? I didn't understand. But as I aged 5 more years, okay, every single one of them came out light skinned. My newborn was light skinned when he came out. And now, a week later, he got his color. So I don't understand the logic in this man killing his wife over that because they're both dark skinned and the baby came out light. That's that's kind of weird to me. If he had any questions, he could have asked the doctor because usually with my son and my other kids, they have a dark spot on top of their ear. I didn't know what the dark spot was. Again, I thought something was wrong with my child. Like, she got 2 dark spots on her ears. But that's just the color that they're going to become. It's the dark spot is just on their ear. Why? I have no idea. That's just the way it is. And then they said that there is mm, that she was taking money out of his account or a joint account or something like that. I don't know how true that is. I couldn't find anything on that. Him taking money, I mean, her taking money out of his account. But something led up to him shooting her multiple times in the hospital room while the baby is doing skin to skin on the mother. That's disturbing. That's crazy. And then after he shoots her multiple times, he turns the powers on himself. Okay? He turns it on himself. So now it's a murder suicide now. And they're investigating it. But this is the most craziest thing. And then in one of the articles that I read, in Alabama, hospitals don't need to hire security guards. Whoop de doo. There we go. The problem was solved and why he brought the gun. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. Oh man, shit. But hell, what do I know? I'm just a talking head.
I want to talk about something that's going on in my city right now, and I want to know what you all think, okay? Now, I do not know all of the details, but I will tell you all what I have gathered thus far. His family has not made an official statement to my knowledge. This is 19-year-old Kenneth. He just graduated from military training to be in the National Guard. Well, he met and married 24-year-old Precious. She gets pregnant. She delivered a baby this past Sunday. Kenneth goes to the hospital, unalives her, and then himself. Now, what would cause a young developing man to go and unalive a brand new mother? According to the things that I've read, he found out the baby was not his, and during their time being married, she drained his bank accounts. Now, the question and the problem that I have is, why are people wondering, was he justified? Was he right and or wrong for doing what he did? Why is this even a conversation? You should never be okay with somebody going and taking somebody's life, especially somebody who just gave birth. I get that his feelings are hurt, and I feel like he's not old enough to be able to process these type of emotions. But to have a think piece and conversations about whether or not this woman deserved to lose her life or not is insane. Do I think that paternity testing should be mandatory at birth? Yes, to eliminate situations like this. Am I surprised that our hospital, Brookwood, did not have any security measures? Not at all, but I bet they will from here on out. Now, of course, I have some questions as a mother and as a person. Number one, how did this 24-year-old wind up with my 19-year-old son at the time he was 18 and y'all got married? Do I think that Precious saw an opportunity and took it? Yes. But again, do I think that she deserved to lose her life because she made a bad choice, a bad decision? No. Of course, tell me what you think in the comments. But at the end of the day, 2 people have lost their life and 1 baby must be raised without both of their parents.
This extremely heartbreaking and disturbing story comes out of Alabama, where it has been reported that 19-year-old Kenneth Terry went to visit his 24-year-old wife, Precious Johnson, after giving birth to their first child. And what should have been a happy and joyous moment turned tragic when it is said that he pulled out a gun and shot her multiple times and then turned the gun on himself. And allegedly, this all stems from ongoing marital issues and the fact that Precious did not want his family there when she delivered. And as you can imagine, both sides of the family are completely distraught and completely surprised by what happened. Now, further details are still developing, so as we get that information, of course, I'll keep you updated, but make sure you hit that follow button. I appreciate your support.